What is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bringing you just another video. So guys, I have shown you the main campation. Guys, I've showed you the main campation. Guys, I've showed you the main mission. I've showed you the strike by every character in every subclass, and I've also repeated the strike with my hunter several times, and in order to get the second set of armor. Now, for each character, there's 2 sets of armor. In total, there's 3 sets of armor. There's a set you start with, there's a set you get by completing the strike several amount of times, and then the sets you get from doing the PvP. Now, I'll be trying to do as much PvP as I can before it ends on the 23rd. But for now, I'm actually going to do some profiles on the 3 existing armor pieces. Like, you know, I know you guys like my armor pieces from year 1, so we're going to do it today. And what I'm going to try and do some of the weapons now. Just before I start, your advice: would you like me just to show you the weapons, and look at the stats and things? Or would you like? I mean, you've seen me use these weapons if you've watched the strikes, but I could maybe use some gunplay, you know. But it's very difficult without patrols and things to do. I'd have to jump into strikes and get gunplay footage and quit and leave plays in the alert. So maybe it's just best if I talk about some of my favourites, because there are some very nice weapons so far. But anyway, we have the Frumious Armor set. Now this bad boy, I actually really like. I think it's nice, it's simple, nice clothes, no messing around. I love the helmet and the hood, very sleek looking. The new helmet I got looked horrendous until I started putting on the other arm pieces, but I still don't have the helmet. But I think that's quite nice. You got the slick belt tied around the waist. I just think the overall design is very sleek. Like the leather pants. Female? Probably male, knowing my look. I'm checking out those sexy tight strap-on leathers, and it's a male. There's a bulge. You can see the bulge, everybody. Oh my god. Anyway, here you are. The Frumious mask. Let's have a look. Is that how you pronounce it? Frumious? Anyway. So now with this armor set, let me just back out real quick. With this armor set, you've got this is how Destiny 2 is. You've got resilience, okay, mobility and recovery. So resilience is amount of damage you can take, how much of a pounding you can take. Of course, your recovery is how well that pounding heals, and mobility is how fast you move in the air, on the ground. Mine's at 10. Now this generically, look at it, mobility, and as you can see, as I'm running over, those other pieces, they're duplicates of the new set that I ain't got the helmet yet, but they're pieces of the new set, and they have totally different focuses. Now you can go in and change like resilience to mobility 10, recovery 1. You can actually go in and change over here. So this is how you change the stats. So mine's on increased health recovery, and I could change that to a resistance is now higher and health recovery is lower, but my mobility is not unchanged. If we go back out there, it'll be unchanged at 10, but I've got no recovery now. My recovery is on my lowest because of that issue. So that's how the new armor systems work, guys. Just take that into account. It's a bit of a change after before. But anyway, let's have a look at this head. So I know there's not much to look at, guys, but I think it's a pretty cool looking piece there. We've got the it's almost got a metallic. Can you see the rainbow colours to it? There's lilac, there's light blue, there's shades coming through. Look, there's yellow there. Some sort of peach or orange, you know, the way they've refracted the light across the hood. That's pretty interesting. And I actually, you know, this stuff it looks like it's made out of cloth, doesn't it, or some sort of military grade plastic, is what I'm getting at. But you know, that's not too bad. And of course, we've got here for armor mods. Look, there's an empty socket for the armor mod here. and of course this is for your shaders. All these down here I'm guessing are for possibly mods and shaders, I don't know. And what we've got here, Mobile Hunter Armor intrinsic. So basically additional mobility is the intrinsic perk on this armor set, and you can tell this guy's fast, this guy moves. So let's have a look at the arms. So oh, look at those knuckle dusters, eh? Those metal pieces on those knuckles. What's interesting about that is when you punch, they do actually electrify those knuckles. So it's interesting if you've got your punch full up. I know you just use this in. I'm sure that I've paid attention. I'm sure I've been paying attention to detail, and it's those knuckles that actually electrify. And as you go to punch, the like the electric starts to run between them. Boom in the face, son. So again, additional mobility at the cost of resilience. So this is all about mobility. Now, see, the top modifier is mobility. Can put that onto resistance, and you can see mobility has gone down, resistance has gone up. We've still got no recovery on this piece here. So go back to the arm again. But taking a look at the piece, it's a pretty slick piece, isn't it? It's a pretty slick piece of armor. The mobility of it suggests to me that this is a stealth piece. I mean, I've got a suppressed scout rifle. It's only got 15-inch clip, but it's a beautiful weapon. Sound, it's like taking out snipers. Takes a couple of shots. You get a very nice sniper with this guy. But I went into the wise. Bungie need to both increase drop rate ammo for power ammo, and actually make those power weapons impressive in some way, because they're just standard weapons they've put in a power category slot, which I was expecting to be something, well, powerful, but they're not, guys. They're just ordinary weapons, except there's no ammo for them, so they're ordinary weapons with no use. It's a real shame. I mean, despite my constant complaints, I'm really enjoying this. You know, we've done through the hood and the arms. We're looking at the armor now, and look, they almost look like scales on a snake. I know there's a snake on the back, or on a bird, or feathers on a bird or something. You know, be nice if they had an active camo, and they changed to meet the. There's no invisibility. Maybe there is on the second pack. There's no invisibility, which is a shame. It looks like they've simplified the character setup of year 2 and taken away a lot of very interesting perks. I don't know how they're going to give us the same amount of customization back, but I think they need to, and they ain't got a lot of time to do it. It's a shame on such a short channel as well, because we're not going to get anywhere with regards to this. So again, here we are, look, guys. We've got increased resistance or health recovery. So this doesn't have anything to do with mobility on this particular set piece, so you can increase your health recovery. And if you look at the bottom, look, my mobility and resistance, as you can see, is more or less, well, maxed out. It's not maxed out, but it's up there. But if I was to put health recovery on, I'd take away a big chunk of my resistance, so I'd have a lot of mobility, and I'd have some resistance and recovery. So that's how this is how this works with this armor set. Okay. Normally I'd show you the entire set of shaders, but we don't have any. But still, I think this is a really nice looking set of armor. Now I could show you the new piece. It's not as good looking, but it's more armor. It's more like it's the other pieces I've got. The second set of armor I've got, I don't have the helmet, so that's why I'm not showing you. But what I do have, it's all armored up. It's got pouches all over the vest. It looks like a tactical set out. Rather, this looks like a reconnaissance and stealth mission set out. Whereas the new armor set looks like it's for small tactical teams moving in to do an extraction, or to destroy something, or to take out a target, whereas this is more about getting to the enemy as quietly as possible. But I like the design, I do. I like the silver boots, scuffed up a bit, look pretty cool. I like the design of the pants. I like how the leather, the silver knee pads, this blue leather with this inner line, the inner thighs and crotch area, the lining. Maybe that's some sort of, I don't know, some sort of knife or bullet resistant material. I don't know. Maybe it's just an aesthetic quality, I don't know. But again, here we are, look, it's all about mobility for this set piece. But that's the armor perks. Now, is that the mod that was applied, or is that the intrinsic mod? You know, this is what we want to know. Can you add more mod? Can you add 2? Can you remove this? I don't know. But this is currently on mobility. As you can see at the bottom right corner, near the feet, mobility is high, and the next one is resistance. So we can add some resistance to that and take some mobility off. Okay, so that's what I've done. So now remember, there was no recovery, there was 1 resistance, and there was 10 mobility. So we've changed that to even it out a little bit more. Unfortunately, that's all I've got for you for the armor set, guys, but that's as much as I want to show you, really. Until I can get the full set. Now I've got to keep playing the strike over and over again to just get the one helmet. I mean, look, I've got 3 new sets of arms, 3 new sets of legs, 3 new sets of chests. I've got the new cloak, I just don't have the damn helmet. Maybe you don't get a new helmet, I don't know. I'll do a couple more rounds, and if I don't get the helmet, I'll show you the full set of the other armor with you know, without a new helmet. We'll see how that goes. And then I'll start to go through. I'll do each set of armor, and then I'll start to show you some of the weapons that I like. Now, I won't fire the weapons, because I'd have to. If you want to go back and check me using the weapons, just go back and look at the strikes, guys. The weapons I'm showing you now, I've used a lot. The weapon in the middle slot, that's an assault rifle. I think you get that with the Titan to start with, but I finally got a version after a strike for the Hunter, and it's fabulous. Except unfortunately that takes the slot of my exotic hand cannon. But to be honest, this legendary assault rifle is so good. The exotic's good. It's just, if they're the standard to which we can expect the exotics to be, we're in for a big disappointment in compared to number 1, guys, I'm afraid. Please don't let me not sell you this game. It's beautiful to play. It's very different. There's still plenty of time for them to change these tweaks, if God forbidding. Even if they don't, I'm sure there's all new mod systems in, and we can change a lot of things around that we don't know about yet. So we've got to take that into account, that there's a lot we don't know about yet. So maybe they did want to show us the very, very basics, and boy did they. But guys, this is the armor set. It's the, we'll say, Frumious mask, or the Frumious grips. We'll say the Frumious armor set piece. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll keep that quick. Hopefully, you know, you can get a glance of how the stats on the armor work, how you interchange those, and the numbering system there, resistance, mobility and recovery. You can choose how fast you want to be, how much recovery or how much resistance you want. Of course, in the strike I go for mobility. In PvP, you might want to take that down a notch and have more resistance and mobility, or you might want to have more recovery and more resistance and not much mobility at all. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll get the other armor pieces done. I do have multiple sets for each character, except I don't have the full items for each new set of armor. It's frustrating. So thank you for being patient, and I will see you all on the next one. So cheers.